Hey everybody, this is Sue from Grave Tales, and this is day 18? I think it's day 18. Is it August 19th? I don't even know. I don't know.
Possibly.
We've been to only 2 wineries in Napa Valley, and we're done. Like, done. And so this is my official Facebook Live video for the day. But we're just in the chat because we're in the back of the limo on the way home, and it's like an hour and a half ride. So why not? So let's just chat.
What do you want to talk about? Go quiet.
I
know what we could talk about.
I have no stickies today. I have no agenda, so
I could talk about how bad our first winery was.
It was not great. It was not great.
It was really hoity-toity.
So it was Frank Family. Is the first winery we went to. Frank Family.
Frank Family.
Yeah.
Whatever.
The wine was decent, but it was really pretentious. Like super. Like, okay, I've never been to Napa Valley before, but this is kind of what I expected from Napa Valley.
Yeah,
it was like
kind of.
It was very like.
It wasn't even this place was way better.
Yeah, Visa Chewy was better.
It was more the fact that like the guy that was hosting us did not. He was just talking about the owner the whole time.
Yeah,
I get it. He bought it. He was famous, whatever. Yeah. But I'm not really there to learn about the owner. I'm there to learn about the wine, and I'm trying to see if I like the wine.
Well, the shipments, like the quarterly shipments, were like $1,000.
Yeah, they were.
And I was
expensive.
like, what? Okay, a $40 tasting. Okay, $40 tasting. That's cool. I can be on board with that.
By the way, Californians, we all think $40 is cool. Anybody else? Then you'd be like outraged. Just a
well, that's because we're okay with paying like $19 for a glass of wine. That's normal for us.
$90 wine.
Normal for
$90 for a bottle is fine, right? In San Francisco. But if you're in
good wine.
If you're
a good wine.
Well, yes. Okay, yeah, clearly, because we've had some not good wines today. I won't say what they were.
Frank Brothers.
Frank Family?
No, Frank Family. It was decent. It was decent.
The wine was okay. I didn't think it was that complex.
It wasn't amazing.
The guy was just obnoxious. He was so smug and like. The guy was really smug, right?
Yes.
And pretentious.
Pretentious.
It was.
He didn't maintain any eye contact.
No, he didn't look at us.
Yeah.
But he wanted to tell us all about the owner and how cool they were and how famous they were. I was like, I don't care. Like, I don't care.
Yeah,
like, seriously. Give me the wine that I paid for, and then if I want to buy it, I'll tell you. But
second place rocked.
Yeah, so Visa Chewy was great. Yeah.
Way yummy.
Cool guys.
Cool.
Yeah.
Pours that gave us lots of extra stuff, which means we bought extra stuff.
We actually bought stuff there.
Guy.
Gabe.
Very pretty.
We had Gabe and Mark.
Yeah.
Very pretty. Gabe, very pretty.
Gabe was fantastic. He was super chatty.
He was, and he liked the comment about the Renaissance Fair.
He
was like, oh, yeah.
And he was like, yeah, when I was like 4, my mom dressed me up in some costume. I don't really remember what it was, but I went to a Renfest, and I was like, you're my people. You're my people.
It was a good time.
It was fun.
We did. We had a great time.
And then we had a picnic on the grass.
Yes,
which was a nice downtime because we got food, and while
after
these
drinking
guys
for several hours.
You think that wine tasting, like if you do a true tasting, you don't drink it, you spit it out. You're actually just tasting it, but you can really only taste so many wines before your palate is dead. Like you just can't taste anymore. And by the end of the second one, we were done. We were like, there's no way we're gonna actually taste any more wine, so we're done. And so we just stopped and we had a picnic lunch, which these guys stood in line for. I actually got to read during that time, so I like laid on the picnic blanket and just read. So I read my 3rd Cassie Palmer book. I don't even know the name of this book. I just was like, oh, number 3, I'm gonna read that. Which was great. I got to, they're like buried, Cassie and Pritkin are buried in the catacombs of Paris. What else would you
not there yet.
It's okay. It's not gonna be a spoiler. Yeah.
Look how you both said it. But
you should totally read these books.
I've started it. I took a break from another book just to start this one. Mm-hmm. Which, the beginning I actually enjoyed. It was very like catty and sarcastic.
Yeah, it's very catty.
It's very catty. Yeah.
I really liked it.
It's just really quirky and funny. Yeah, it's saying. So who's watching us? I'd like to say hi to you. Give me a comment. Let me know who you are. I always say that. Some people are like, no, I don't want to chat with you. I'm very shy.
That's okay.
And that's okay too. We can just chat at you.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, I can't even see the car is moving. So I can't see
don't
her.
even ask me to read that right now.
Antoinetta.
All that yummy wine and food.
Antonietta. It's a gorgeous gorgeous name, by the way. Hello. Thank you for joining us on our slightly tipsy broadcast today. Oh, I had a good time. So I bought Angelica, which is like a whiskey style wine, which I'm not a whiskey fan.
Yummy wine.
And then I got the port. And I'm also not usually a port fan, but I've kind of been heading that direction. I've been getting the heavy and heavier wines. So like if you've never had wine or if you're not a wine person, then you start with like the really sweet stuff, like the Asti Spumante, and then you go into the whites, like the Gewürztraminer and the, I don't know, what's a really sweet wine? Moscato, or
my personal favorite.
There's another one that's really popular as a sweet white that I can't think of right now.
Yang Yang.
Pinot Gris.
No.
Pinot Gris is too sweet.
Sweeter than that. That's too sweet for you? Pinot Gris? That's more like crisp to me.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you go white and then you go red and then you sort of like dessert red and then you're in the red and then you're like, no, I need port, give me port, right? Like you sort of progress up.
It's like 40 proof stuff. It's hard.
It's really hard.
It's hard alcohol.
Moscato is really good. I really like Moscato, but it's
I'm
a dessert
Asti
wine.
Moscato. I can drink a bottle. It's not dessert.
I range. When it comes to my
for
whites,
me.
I can drink a lot more whites, but with my reds, I range from like a Pinot Noir down to like maybe a Cab is typically where I'm at.
That's not sweet at all. You're in the red spectrum.
Yeah.
I like mine. I like mine to be a
like
little
reds
bitter. I
too.
like to know that I'm drinking something.
Pinots are great because they have like
Pinots are
they're really
yummy.
smooth. They have spice, like a spicy aftertaste.
You should probably try a red, or not a red. Sorry, you should probably do whites. Whites are a lot more easier to drink.
Actually, Pinots are really mild too. If you get a real mild Pinot, it's very light on the palate.
Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir.
Yeah.
Yes, a Pinot Noir. That's one of my favorite. I am way lighter in the reds than these guys are. They like big bold, and I am very mellow, no tannins.
That's true. We do
Mild.
like bold.
Yeah.
Like I like petite syrahs.
Yeah.
Like they're really
No.
like bold.
No,
grapes.
I want nice mild.
I like
down the middle.
Cabernet is so overdone here. Like there's so much cab that I'm not as much of a cab fan. But Zin too. Zin is really overdone as well. And you're a big Zin fan.
I am a big Zin fan. But to answer your question, we're not really going anywhere. We're coming back.
Oh yeah.
But we are going to do bookish stuff. I mean, we're always talking about books and stuff that we're reading, so
if you missed the broadcast last night, it's worth checking out.
Okay.
We talked about our top 3 reads of the summer, but we were wearing these pre-made face masks while we did
They were a
it,
little scary.
and they were scary is a really good word actually, because this girl looked like a centurion or somebody from Game of
no,
Thrones.
I looked like somebody from Game of Thrones. I was one
I
of
don't
the
watch
Sons of the
Game of
Harpies.
Thrones, so I have no idea what that
If
even
you
means.
watch Game of Thrones, you know Sons of the Harpies, and that was my
That-
face.
yes.
It was like
It
all
was
gold,
really
right? So
funny.
it was gold with like the eye cutouts and like this like weird nose and mouth cut out, and we looked demented, realistically. And like my mask was melting down my face, right? So I'm like holding it on while I'm talking, and I'm like pushing it up, and it was all kinds of just weird going on. So that's really fun if you want to see some. And we talked about our top 3 books, the 2 of us, and Michelle talked about series because she can't talk about just one book.
No,
of course.
because I have to talk
Because
about
she
the entire
reads like
series. that I
way
read.
so much more than she's like you're an obsessive. Like I thought I read a lot, but you read a ton.
You read a lot more than us.
You read more than me, and I'm a reviewer. Like this girl should be a reviewer.
I don't write. I read. I enjoy.
So
What about
I'm
your
not
favorite
great.
authors? Who are your
That's
favorite
true,
authors?
yeah.
Oh, so well, you know mine. I mean, it's not exactly a shocker. Christian Ashley is one of my faves.
Yeah.
I like Alexa Riley. She's kind of an auto buy for me the minute anything gets posted. I'm big into, if anybody's into it, Danny Wyatt. I am. As we go flying. Whoa!
Corner.
Oh, on to 37. So
Yeah.
we're gonna go hit 101 starting. So
Okay,
those
I
are
think
kind
I
of
saved
my. Those are like right now. Those are my right now authors. That list changes.
I think you have to turn
There we
it.
go.
I have it.
There we go.
That's better. Okay.
Okay,
What about
yours.
I didn't prep for this, and because I read so much, I sort of can't
On the
hold
spot,
anything
which
in my
is the
mouth.
best.
Okay, so Rebecca Zanetti is always an auto buy for me. Like I buy anything she writes because I just love her writing. It's kind of alpha, but also just really hot paranormal romance and some urban fantasy in there, which I really like. Nalini Singh. I like both of her series that are happening right now. I freaking love The Guild Hunter, which is the urban fantasy, which is kind of funny because I'm not a huge urban fantasy fan, but I love Guild Hunter. And Venom's book, like, this is how I feel about that. Like, it's so good. Like, it's everything I want.
Is that really how you feel about it?
Like,
are you sure? Okay. Just a little
so
heart,
good.
not a big heart?
I could try to make it, I could draw, but I might disconnect us because the app is...
Yeah, Jared Ward's a good one.
Gina Showalter, yes.
Gina
Jones cracks me up.
Yeah.
Janine Frost was my first love.
Oh, I love Janine Frost.
Bones was my first, like, real, like, okay, like, my first good boyfriend was, what was his name? He was from Johanna Lindsay's Mallory family. It was the Gentle
Mallory,
Rogue.
yes.
James.
Oh, I
he was
love
the pirate, right?
Yes.
So he was my favorite. But then that was my first, like, real big boyfriend. But after that, it was Bones. Bones all the way. Like, I freaking love Bones. You haven't read this, have you?
A little bit.
These are a little old.
Little bit.
They're a little
I
old.
did. Okay.
Cat and Bones.
It's every
so
time
good.
I try to get into it, it's always something else that comes out, and I'm like, I have to read this before I come back to this, and I don't have a chance.
No, like, there's some classics, right? Like, there's the Black Dagger Brotherhood, which is pretty classic. And I have some
Which, interestingly enough,
good and bad things to say about that.
Kristen Ashley's doing a Black Dagger Brotherhood, and
What?
she's like obsessed.
Whoa. She's doing them back to back.
Yeah.
Like,
Wait, she's reading them or writing
she's
in the world?
reading them.
Okay.
Reading.
I thought you meant, like, the world. I was like,
No,
what?
no,
I didn't know
no,
it was
no,
opened
no.
up to...
No.
She's reading them. Okay.
So, and all she does is talk about them. Because she's reading
Every
them back to
post
back.
is every like Black Dagger Brotherhood.
I don't know which one
book
she's
is she
on right
on?
now.
I do not remember.
I don't remember.
Okay, because where it lost me was Blaine Quinn, because I am a huge gay romance fan, and, like, J.R. Ward built up Blaine Quinn for, like, 6 books, 5 books, something, and it was like this thing, right? You knew these guys were a pair. And then their book was kind of like, it was kind of them, but mostly some other dude that I didn't care anything about, right? Like, I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm done.
Chapter what?
Chapter 32 of Janine Frost. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Like, anybody who's a Janine Frost fan, if you say chapter 32,
Yeah.
I think it's the second book. It's the second book, right? What's the name of that book? Do you know? I can't look it up right now. Right?
Yeah,
Look it up. But it's the book absolutely. Like, the first book, it's kind of like
The
a
first book is
cliffhanger
kind of a, it's a little
because they don't end up
cliffhanger-ish.
together.
No,
so
you have to
sorry for the
get
spoiler.
into you have to get into the next one.
So Antonietta, let me know, what is the name of this book, because I cannot remember. What is the name?
Book.
It's the second book, yeah, but I can't remember the name of it. But so there's a chapter where, like, okay, there's one of, like, Bones' ex is in the house with them, and Kat's, like, the guy that wants to get with her, but he's her teammate, and she doesn't really want him, because obviously she wants Bones, right? So, like, they're in the same house, and so she's like, let's make them jealous. And so Bones, he used to be a male prostitute.
Yeah.
And so he's like, he whips out all of his tools, right? So it's the best. That chapter is fantastic. That's like the fan favorite chapter of that series. You have to read it. I can't believe you haven't read it.
I don't have time.
You have time.
I don't have the time.
You have time.
I will get to it eventually. I will. You can't say that. You still have my books that are on your TBRs. So you can't tell me I don't
know what you're talking
about.
Denial. It works.
My favorite authors. Okay, so it's very hard for me to judge a good author. I mean, there's authors that I've met that I really, really like and I really enjoy, and then there's authors that I've read. There was a YA author that I really like, and Tina Folsom.
I was gonna say.
She just loves Tina Folsom.
It was coming out next. Okay, fine. Let me start with Tina Folsom first.
Fangirl Tina Folsom.
Tina Folsom, her Scanguard series is my favorite. I'm still trying to find a way to meet Tina. She lives in San Francisco. I live in San Francisco. Let's connect and have lunch.
That's all I'm saying.
Something like that. I mean, I would enjoy it. And then my second one would be Quinn Loftus. She does a YA. She does shifters. It's really good. She does like fairies, shifters, and warlocks and wizards and stuff like that.
Nice.
It's one of the ones that I enjoy. I mean, it is YA, but it's still kind of within the realm of what I like. And the third, I mean, it's very hard for me to pick. I would base my third off of who I've met and who I enjoy, talking to, communicating with.
Yeah.
Which obviously would be either Eden. I mean, how do you not like Eden? I would
Bradley
have to
is
say
who she is, yeah.
Eden's one of my favorites. I did read her book with Duff, and it was very, very hot.
Is that Dangerously Bound or bad?
Bad.
Bad.
It
Okay.
was dangerously bad. But I met her before I even read her books, and she was the sweetest person I've ever
She
met.
is really
She's
sweet, yeah.
very kind, very open, very like accepting, and I think that's what kind of got me connected to her. And I enjoy her books too, which is a huge plus. It's not just her that I like; I like her books too.
So the three of us actually met because I started a book club in the Bay Area that was for romance, and these were the only people that came.
Which is wrong. More people should have showed up.
But sort of fate,
Yeah,
I think,
fate.
because we all had birthdays within like 2 weeks of each other, or a week of each other.
7 days.
7 days.
We are
Which is
7 days apart.
That's
with
what
one in
this
the middle.
is. It's our birthday wine girls birthday trip. But Antonietta says that she's from the Bay Area too, so we need to hook up with you.
You should come and
Oh,
hang
you
out
should
with
come
us.
hang-
Yes, for sure.
We talk about books all the time.
Yes, we're like such book nerds. Such book nerds.
If you describe us, I'm the outcast of the group, i.e., I'm the most perverted of the group.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about
She's the
that.
most. What is the word? What is the word when somebody speaks very proper and is like very proper with their language?
Educated.
No, not educated. It's with an E.
Elegant?
No, not elegant.
I like both those words, by the way. Those
Elite?
work for me.
No.
Oh, that works too.
Elite.
I'll go with
Yeah.
that
You
too.
like-
Okay, we'll
I
go
like
with that.
these
We'll
words.
go with that.
Hey Jim, good to see you. So Jennifer Morris is the organizer for Coastal Magic, which I fucking love.
Hi,
Your
Jennifer.
convention is the best. Although I can't come to Coastal Magic for a while because you're in Florida and I just have to stop going to Florida. But I love it. If you guys want a really personal, like intimate, awesome convention, check out Coastal Magic. It's in February in Daytona Beach. I wish you guys could see. Actually, you can. Hold on. Let me turn
I
it
flip
around
it?
so you can see the vineyards. Ah, sorry for the finger in your face. Oh, that's not what you want to
That's
see.
not the vineyards. Oh,
It's
it's on the
because you're-
bar.
Your
Oh.
phone's on the bar.
It's on the bar. Oh,
Yeah.
oh no. Yeah, I can't
Yeah,
fix that. I'm
sorry.
sorry. Yeah, I can't fix it. So there, yeah,
There's
that was
vineyards
really
behind
ugly.
us.
There's vineyards back there, and it's really pretty.
Pull
That was
California
really
closer to-
ugly. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I wish I could pull California closer to Florida. I like Florida. That'd be great.
Yeah, I know, right?
Is she going to the cruise?
Hey, Jen, are you going on the 1001 Dark Nights cruise?
Oh yeah, we're all going.
That would be really cool to see you there.
There's still room.
There is still room. But it's also in January, and Coastal Magic is in February.
Oh,
So it
a
might be
little
too close. Yeah, which is why I can't go to Coastal Magic this year because I'm going on a cruise. Because realistically, I can only go to Florida so many times because that's a 6-hour flight.
It's an all-day thing.
We need more wine.
Okay.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Wine me.
Michelle, well, both of us get car sick, so
It's been a really rough
maybe
day.
not the best for us to be doing things. We're sort of sitting sideways in the limo.
Which are you guys? You guys are doing okay, yeah?
I'm okay. I'm drinking wine because I
I've
need
got-
to hydrate.
I've got air blowing right in my face.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I'm so
Hydration
good.
is really important right now.
What else do we have? I mean, we've had a great day. I think to celebrate our girls'
Yeah.
trip and our girls'
Yep.
birthday, we did an awesome job.
Jen says she can't, sadly.
Aw.
I'll send you some pictures because I'll miss you. It's only 4 weeks before Coastal Magic,
Yeah.
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 Oh,
So Jen says that
she'll have a
we'll
Sue
have a
shaped
Sue-shaped hole at
CNC.
CNC. Oh,
year.
thank you. Oh, you get a heart for that because that's very sweet. You'll get a heart. Ah, thank you. I will miss it because it's my favorite convention. Like literally, is my aside from RWA Nationals, which is more of a professional thing. It's my favorite reader convention. Like, if I were gonna make my own, I would aspire to be like Coastal Magic.
Well, we're going to our first convention, hopefully, next year.
Maybe we're talking about going to
Hopefully.
RT
Oh,
next year in Reno.
In Reno.
But oh god, it's so expensive.
It's really
so
expensive.
expensive. And I've heard not great things about it lately.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I don't want to be talking shit because I've
Okay.
never been there,
Yeah.
right? So like, but there's a ton of different conventions you can go to, and choosing is hard because each one is like registration fee, hotel,
Yeah,
flight, like
flights,
food, like all the
cars,
things
all
that
that
cost to
stuff,
get
yeah.
there, vacation from your job,
Yeah.
right? So like choosing one is really hard. So maybe we'll go to RT.
Well,
No.
Jennifer said it's Crazy Pants and she hearts it.
And you like it. Okay, that's good to know. So you went to go to the one last year? Last year was
I'm kind of, after talking to Eden about it, like, I'm really excited about it.
It's different from an author perspective than from a reader perspective. Or in my
your
case, like editor.
Well, Dawn's talked about it too, so she liked it as well.
Yeah.
So it'll be cool.
It depends on what you want to get out of it. It's kind of a big party, from what I hear. I like to party.
Well, then maybe that's why it's fun.
Yeah. But I also hear it's a lot of lines, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I feel about lines.
That is true. I don't like to stand in lines. If I can skip lines, that is the best thing I can ever do.
I feel very Star Trek right now because there's all these sun flares happening from the side of,
I know, right?
of the camera.
I can't see me.
Like Cheryl's very it's a big I just like stabbed her in the nose is what happened there.
You know, it's not inverted. I'm not Voldemort.
Sorry, Cheryl.
I've been sometimes you guys plan, change your plan. It's definitely so much. Oh, that's cool.
So Jen says that she's been to RT 3 times and that you have to plan and that you have to be willing to change your plan, which totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Be flexible is basically what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's a party con, but you learned a lot. What did you learn? I'm really curious. Like as a reader or as a like convention person, like as putting on a convention. We are getting some serious camera shake. I'm really sorry here. I can't make it any wider without it, being a problem. Sorry.
There you go.
I can't believe you haven't read Janine Frost. She's first love.
Janine Frost?
It's the 900.
I can't believe you haven't read.
I didn't
Honor.
finish the entire series
Honor.
because I got over it. But
By what, Jay? By who?
Honor.
Honor?
I gave you the book.
What's her name? What's the author's name?
I can't remember at the moment.
Wine. Too much wine happening. Yes, I know who you're talking about because we just
Yes,
that book.
I could picture her face and she was such
the
a
one with
sweetheart.
the pole on the front of it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. It's on my list. Like seriously, I'm gonna read that. I'm gonna read that. I promise.
It's the wine. I forgot who I was talking about.
But I think my next read is Gideon by Kit Rocha because that's coming out soon, and I love that series. Have you guys read the Beyond series?
Yes.
I haven't
So
finished
the
it.
last book I didn't. I kind of got again.
Ashwin?
Yeah.
You didn't love Ashwin?
No.
Oh, I like the reboot. I think it was fun.
I forgot the name right now. It's RT. Yeah. We're still debating on if we're gonna go. We're
thinking
well,
right now.
It's gonna be her call if I go.
Really?
Yeah.
People go without me?
No.
I love
yeah,
you.
we wouldn't go without you.
You're so sweet. I don't know because it's like RT and RWA both cost about $500 just to register for the convention.
A lot.
Plus there's any flight involved and hotel and food.
Well, Reno's
and
a lot
time off.
closer, so we don't have to fly.
Yeah,
we
but
can
RWA
drive.
is professional for me.
True.
That's I'm an editor, so that's development for me. RT is like a big party, and while that would be fun, I don't know if it's worth me spending like $2,000.
Yeah.
So
True.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Maybe that would be fun. Yeah, I'd like to. I mean, I want to experience it, and while it's in Reno, it would be a good time to
Yes,
experience
it's a good time to experience it.
And
because it's
anything
close
that you
enough
get
to
like
us.
swag worthy, you can kind of just shove in the backseat of your car.
Yeah, that's true. But then I have to pay to give it away. Like I have to pay to send it to someone. Like everything I do costs money.
Okay, I'll come shopping at your house.
Cheryl's my best intern.
I am. I helped at the last swag giveaway.
You did. It
And
was
we
great.
packaged a lot of stuff.
We took all of the books that I got from RWA and all of the swag that I've had for like leftover from like 3 years or something.
Oh my gosh.
And we put it into,
years?
yes, for like ever. Because people, like, authors send me swag. They're like, hey, will you get this away? I'm like, sure. And then it's sort of like, I have like a pile of things. And then I don't know what to pull out of the pile. There's so many things in the pile. So we put together these packs that are sort of related. Like if you like gay romance or if you like contemporary or, you know, there's like piles.
Yeah, there was like sci-fi, vampire, western, just all sorts of like, you know, different genres.
Right. So we put together like, I think like 20 something prize packs.
Yeah.
And one of them is up giving away right now. It's got Brenda Jackson's, I forget the name of it, but there's a book by Brenda Jackson and a Harlequin like romantic suspense. If you go to gravetells.com, gravetells.com, that is going on right now as of, what is today, August 9th? tea. I don't know what they. That's live. I'm reading the comments. There are party panels that are designed to be just fun.
Oh, that's fun.
So at RT, there are
So that's
also
what readers would get, right?
right.
Fun party panels.
There are also panels with genuine, interesting conversation. So Jen says she went to a few fantastic panels this year with authors talking about story something or other. I have to see more. Story inspirations and other aspects of their storytelling.
That's fun.
Some great backstories and perspectives. Yeah, cool, on the stories we love. Also learned some really great stuff about marketing. Yeah. That's good to know. So it does have some educational aspect to it. So that's great. So I was like I was unsure if it was more of a just like party all the time, like cover models everywhere, and you know.
I'm sure there's like lots of connections that you can make with not just authors but other bloggers
and readers.
Yeah. So
because the three of us went to the Kristen Ashley.
Oh yeah.
What was it called?
She calls it. I think she calls it a rock chick retreat.
It's called a rock chick rendezvous.
That was it. The
right, and it was the one in Denver like 2 years ago.
Yep, 2 years ago.
And we all went to that, and we had a great time. I felt like such a creeper. Like I do amateur photography, and so I have my like nice camera with me. And I was taking these pictures of Kristen, and I was like, "I'm so sorry. Can I take a picture of you? Is it okay?" And she's like, "Yeah, that's what I'm here for." I was like, "Yeah, I'm really sorry. I feel like such a creep, like just standing in front of her taking pictures."
Really? Yeah.
But I had this pretty one.
But I had this adorable picture of her eating ice cream, like an ice cream cone. And what is the name of that ice cream shop?
Licks.
Licks. Yeah, it's the most adorable picture ever.
And the funny reason why we know these names is because they're all in her books.
Yep.
So the Rock Chick Rendezvous was really fun because you got to go to all the places where the characters go.
Yep, she featured in the mini Rock Chick books.
I'm trying to readjust because it's like this. As we stop and go, it moves.
Yeah,
it's kind of crooked. I'm sorry. I'm not sure that's happening. Oops, not like that. Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Oh, sorry, Cheryl. You're gonna have to lean over a little bit.
Lean this way.
Oh.
And our gravity will help us.
So whenever you post on Instagram, people comment on your things. Less on Facebook, but more on Instagram. And it's like half the stuff I get is people just wanting me to promote them. So it's like,
oh really? That's weird.
Yeah, so it's like free wine tasting, liked your photo, right? Like, okay. Really? I can see through that. RT is super expensive, but the amount of, there's a comment, but I can't see it.
There you go.
Oh, there it is. Okay. RT is super expensive, but the amount of free to take stuff. Oh my God, there's so much moving going on here. Book swag, etc. is insane.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah, especially
if we drive.
Right. Then you don't have like the flight restrictions. Yeah. Seriously, bring an extra bag or plan to take stuff home. Mm-hmm. I did that in Florida, and you know what happened? So I went to RWA in Florida, and I had 2 suitcases, and I was like, no problem. I've got a full. I see you guys trading glances back there. I see you. I see you.
No idea what you're talking about.
I had a full suitcase, and I was like, oh, I'll be fine. I'm gonna go to select signings, and I'm gonna pick a few books that I know I'm gonna like, and then I'll give those away. I'll take them home. But what turned out was like I ended up with like 50 books. 50 books. Free books. And they did not all fit in my suitcase. And a friend of mine was like, yeah, girl, that's not going to fit in your suitcase. Let me ship these to you. And I was like, no, it'll be fine. She's like, no, let me ship these to you. Okay, you can ship them. I think you might be right. She was right. Because
I mean, if we do go to RT, I mean, we have a trunk that we can fill.
That's true.
Which is a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I packed my bag, like, I barely could fit the books that I had, and it was maybe half what I had. So I'm really glad that I shipped them. So if I'm driving, it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
So what else did she say? The experiences with all the authors. See more. I want to see more. See more.